All right. How is everyone doing today? And how was everyone's week? I've been kind of like a little bit away from the stock market, but I still made a couple purchases, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I really want to know which stocks have you guys been buying as of lately in your portfolio? There are some stocks that I'm looking at right now that I'm looking into adding, or one that I'm looking into adding, to be honest with you, in my Roth IRA, especially. Um, but I added some more this week to my current positions. In one of my positions, I made it my second largest position this week, pretty much, especially with the dip on Monday, pretty much. So I did make one of my newest additions, my second largest position in the portfolio. So I'm pretty excited about that actually, to show you guys. But let me see who shows up today to the chat, because I have a few topics I want to talk about. That Citrini post. I didn't know that that's what caused the market to pretty much take a dip. A lot of the tech companies took a dip in share price. I definitely did take advantage of Meta and Visa, but I definitely need more money, man. I really need more money to add some more, especially to Visa. That's gonna be my main focus right now in the dividend portfolio. Visa, I really like it a lot. I do not believe that Visa is gonna get disrupted by AI, like this Citrini report says. Or well, it's more of a hypothetical, right, scenario that they're showing there. I don't know why these hypothetical scenarios are causing so much craziness, out there in the market. Let me see something real quick. Let me just make sure, and let me know there in the chat who's here today. Let me know who is here today. I really want to know who's here today. I definitely had a great time in Puerto Rico, man. I really did. I have a few pictures that I put on there that I'm gonna show you later on. But once there's a couple more of you guys in here, I'm gonna show you my portfolio so I can show you the position, my second largest position now, which I'm pretty excited about it. And also, Nvidia is announcing earnings right now, so I want to go through that. I want to do a summary in Google Gemini to see, but it already shows Nvidia. Let me show you guys real quick in the screen to anyone that is just hopping on the stream. And you can see that Nvidia Q4 2026 earnings. It should be Q4 2025. I'm guessing. I think this is a typo right here. But EPS beat 5.32% and revenue beat 2.86% in beat on both metrics. So that looks good. In the after hours, let me just refresh it one more time just to see. In the after hours, it's only up 0.14%. So let's see. I want to take a look at the details in a few minutes. I'm going to type it in Google Gemini to see what is going on with Nvidia, especially in the last month is up. It's on the upside, almost 5%. Last 6 months, also on the upside, almost 9%. In the year to date, pretty much on the upside, 5%. So Nvidia has been recovering as of lately. It went down as low as 170s, like 171 or so. It was down. So let me see. Is there anybody there in the chat? Let me know if anybody's there in the chat, because it seems like, nobody has commented or anything in the chat. I just really want to know who's there in the chat. All right. And don't forget, guys, to hit the like button. Very, very important to hit the like button. I know I logged in early today, so I'm probably going to see some of the usual guys here later on, or the usual subscribers, because I'm pretty much off today. I got here early this morning. My plane arrived early this morning, so I made it here early. I took a quick nap. I got a little bit ready. I put a few things together here. I updated the portfolio, the full portfolio spreadsheet, the dividend portfolio spreadsheet. For the weekly challenge also, I need to do an SCHD video soon. I really need to do one pretty soon. But there is one stock that I want to talk about. There's also, what else do I have here? I have the purchases that I made earlier this week. I sold some more of one of my stocks, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And then I'm also going to show you the purchases that I made with it. But I really want to know who's there in the chat. I don't know. Did I mess up and I made it private or something? Let me just double check real quick something right here, just to make sure that I didn't make it, private or something, or, let me just see. But I really want to know who's there in the chat, and I want to know, what did you guys purchase this week in your portfolios? I really want to know. Let me see. Yeah, no, anyone can send messages. Okay, good. Live reactions, good. Everything is good. Okay, perfect, perfect. Just don't be shy. Don't be shy. Say hi there in the chat. And then we're gonna go through some of my purchases. I'm gonna go through. Let me see, what do I want to go first. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, right, which is this Citrini research post that was made earlier this week, which I did not know that this is what caused the stock market to dip. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just, how does the stock market react the way it reacted over a hypothetical scenario, that was made with AI by Citrini, research by the Citrini research team. This is just crazy. And I know, like it says right here, this report was published on Sunday, February 22nd. The report presented a dystopian and hypothetical scenario where rapid AI adoption leads to mass white-collar layoffs and a collapse in consumer spending by 2028, which I really don't believe this is gonna happen. You never know, right? We can't predict the future, but I don't know if AI is really gonna be that dominant that it's gonna disrupt so many of these large companies. Like, for example, key impacts on the Citrini report: broad market decline on Monday, February 23rd. The S&P 500 fell more than 1%, and this was due to this report. Software sector sell off also. The iShares expanded. Tech software sector, IGV plunged nearly 5%. Some of the companies that got disrupted was ServiceNow. DoorDash dropped 6.9% as the report theorized AI agents will eliminate brand loyalty, which is crazy. Hey, what's up, KC? How are you, man? Nice to see you there in the chat. But and then American Express also fell 7.9%. I think this one dropped more than MasterCard and Visa, but I did see an opportunity there on Visa. Other impacted stocks were AppLovin, Asana, DocuSign, and Scalar. All new sharp declines. Citron research activity sent this short, while Citrini booked the broader market. Citron research Andrew Less firm simultaneously targeted Zendesk on Tuesday, February 24. Let me see. The results, Zendesk shares plummeted as much as 8% intraday and closed down 4.2% on Tuesday. So due to this result, I did not know, while I was in Puerto Rico, I did not know that the stock market took a dip due to this report. I did not know this until today, actually, until I saw Joseph Carlson's latest video, which I watched it twice before I hopped on this live stream. Where he has some very good points. But one of the ones that I wanted to talk about a little bit more is going to be like this scenario on credit card companies and payment method, right? Pretty much the point that they were trying to make. It was the friction on payments, or the stopping having AI stopping the friction on payments and waiving off the credit card fee. And one of the scenarios that they gave right here, which let me just put it in a full screen. Agents, when looking for faster and cheaper options than cards, most settled on using stable coins via Solana or Ethereum. So not everybody's going to be using that. I know that, it was pretty cool that they used that as a scenario in their AI to try to lower the or even wipe off the credit card fees that they give to the merchants, right? Where settlement was near instant and the transaction cost was measured in fractions of a penny. MasterCard's Q1 2027 report was the point of no return. Agentic commerce went from being a product story to a plumbing story. And this is a hypothetical scenario. This is not a real one. MA, which is MasterCard, dropped 9% the following day. Visa did too, but paired losses after analysts pointed out a stronger positioning in stablecoin infrastructure. So some points that I have here in this matter, pretty much, in the friction of payments and wave of credit card fees. One of the things that, and one of the reasons why I stopped using my credit card, right? It was the instant process of funds. Every time I use a debit card, right, the funds will just automatically get deducted from the account. But if anything happened, you were not able, like, it will take a long time. Let's say you wanted to cancel a transaction because something happened, or you wanted to get your money back from the merchant where you bought any product. Well, you needed to wait like about, a week or so, 5 to 10 days or something like that, to be able to get your money back. So you don't have that money there right now. And that's one of the reasons why I started leaning more towards credit cards. Why? Because, I'm using the bank money. So if there's any transaction that I need to dispute, which is my third point, right? As you can see right here, my third point is the bank's money. So they go ahead and they take care of it. I don't need to wait a very long time to go ahead and get my money back or nothing like that, like I used to do before. And I went through that a couple times in the years past, where I made a certain transaction, then I wanted to get my money back and buy it somewhere else, the same item, or buy something else with that money, and I couldn't because I had to wait about 5 days for the money to get deposited back into my debit card. When I use a credit card, I can go ahead and just have them send the money back, or just give me store credit or something like that, and it just happens automatically. I don't need to pay it because I'm gonna take a little while to pay the credit card, right? I'm gonna take like about a week to 2 weeks to pay off the credit card of whatever I spent, because my usual spending habit on credit cards is that I only buy things that I have the money for. Even now when I went on my vacation and I had some spending, I did it on my credit card where I'm gonna earn points. That's another thing. Right here, my 4-point credit card points and rewards. How are high income earners who uses credit cards often going to change from from a system that an AI agent will create, where it will benefit more the merchant than the customer, right? Because if there's not going to be any fees or anything like that, then there's not going to be any credit card points or any credit card rewards. And that's what mostly a lot of the high income earners or people that budget very well like to use credit card for. So I don't think credit cards will go away anytime soon, to be honest with you, or any of these processing companies. In MasterCard, Visa, American Express. Like I said before, high income earners, they mainly use credit cards because they don't like to have their money out there. Another reason is you could buy this stuff with your credit card. You don't need to pay it for like another 2 weeks or even into at the end of the month, right? When the statement closes, by then you still don't get charged any interest. So you go ahead, you pay it off when the statement closes or 2 weeks later after you make the purchase, and you have that money in a high yield savings account collecting interest while you're waiting to pay that credit card off in 2 weeks. So another 2 weeks of that money collecting some interest. That sounds pretty good too. And the merchants that pay the fee, that's really not on us. That's really on the merchants. I know that they're trying to take away those fees, but they do benefit us as a customer in the long term, especially in credit card points and rewards. Yeah, let me know who else is there in the chat. I know I started early. I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have put it for like 8 o'clock or later today. But let me know who else is there in the chat. Because when I have a certain amount of people, I'm going to show you the purchases that I made earlier this week. Let me see if the Nvidia's earnings are already on right now. Let me see if the details are on. And it looks like in the after hours, it's actually slightly down now. So there's probably something that investors didn't like already. I know it is going on right now, live. So let me see the results. Or no, I think actually they finished it already. Let me see. Nvidia exceeds Q4 earnings estimate, reported adjusted EPS of $1.62 and revenue of $68.1 billion, significantly surpassing the expectation of $1.54 earnings per share and $66.2 billion in revenue. So they surpassed both record data center revenue growth. Data center revenue hit a record $62.3 billion, a 75% increase year over year, driven by massive transition toward accelerated computing and agentic AI infrastructure. Oh, what's up, Boogie? How are you? Hey, what's going on, Alex? I know you've been hitting SCHD pretty hard as of lately. So I'm sure you're going to give me an update today on your shares of SCHD. Let me see a robust Q1 forward year 2027 management projected Q1 fiscal 2027 revenue of approximately $78 billion, a forecast that suggests 77% year over year growth and sits well above Wall Street's previous estimates. Wow. Blackwell ramp bolsters. Non-GAAP gross margins improved to 75% for the quarter, credited to the efficient scaling of the Blackwell platform and an improved product mix with lower inventory. Wow. Seems to be a lot of growth here in Nvidia. I'm not an Nvidia shareholder, but it is one that I regret a little bit not adding a year or two ago, to be honest with you. Nvidia shares rose approximately 1.57% after hours trading, but now it's down. Now it's on the downside. Let me see. Advancing future chip roadmap. Jensen noted that the arrival of agentic AI inflection point and confirmed that the company has already shipped the first samples of the next generation Vera Rubin platform. Okay. Wow, but look at this. What specific factors are driving the projected 77% year-over-year revenue growth? Wow, 77% year-over-year growth projected for Nvidia. That definitely sounds great right there. They had a 5% beat in this quarter, in the last quarter. So they had a 5.3% beat in earnings per share and a 2.8% beat in revenue. So they still had a beat, which is good for Nvidia. Let me see. In the after hours, it's still down on the downside, 0.4%. So as of right now, after earnings on Nvidia, let me see. In the last year, it's still up 54.4%. Recently, they had a dip. Nvidia at $171 a share. So I think that was a pretty decent opportunity there in Nvidia. Once I get a couple more people here in the chat, I'll show you guys the moves that I made in my portfolio But Microsoft was another one, was given a nice opportunity not long ago. If I open it up right here, I think it was like the 380s, right here on February 23rd, which it was on Monday. It went down to $384. Any of you guys added any Microsoft into your portfolio? I don't know. This one looks extremely interesting right now, in my opinion. I also have my PE ratio weekly sheet, which I'm gonna show you guys some of the companies that I'm keeping an eye on, and one of them specifically that I want to add into my retirement portfolio. But I'm building up my cash position in my Roth IRA. So let me see. But it's just looking very interesting, especially even after earnings. But Microsoft right here, you can see in the past couple of days is up 1%, but in the last 6 months, it's on the downside 20.5% in Microsoft. So it's looking pretty attractive right now. Amazon at a 25 PE. I think the forward PE is like around 23, somewhere around there. So this one is looking pretty attractive. Amazon is my stock that I just need more cash. I just need more cash so I can build it up even more. I see some people on X are building their Amazon positions, and I agree with them. I really like Amazon long term. I have a 5, 7, 10-year horizon with it. So, or 5 to 10-year horizon with it. So that's why I'm liking Amazon more and more. It's at a 29 PE ratio right now. I think their forward PE is around 24. I'll show you guys the spreadsheet. But in the last 6 months, it's on the downside 7.5%. In the last year, it's pretty flat, only down 1%. In the last 5 years, is up 36.2% in Amazon. Let me know there in the chat if any of you guys have been adding any Amazon. And you can see Bank of America, which is a stock I used to own. I don't own Bank of America anymore. It was a good investment. I earned, or I had in gains in returns from my Bank of America position over 84% from all the shares that I had. I had 26 shares, somewhere around there. I was able to get over 84% in returns from my Bank of America position. That's including the dividends, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But right now, if you see it's on the downside in the past couple of days, it's flat in the last month. And in the last 6 months, it's only up 4.5%. I wish I would have sold it earlier, especially when it was around $56, $55, but I pretty much DCA'd out of it, and I think it was okay. I wanted to sell everything after $50 per share, and that's what pretty much I did. So it was a good investment on my part, to be honest. I think, I think I'm good with Bank of America already. And I like where the proceeds went, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Let me show you Visa, which is the one I just need more money, man. I need more money to buy even more Visa. But you can see that in the past couple of days, it went as low as $303, I think it was, somewhere around there. $303, $304. So PE ratio right now is at 29, it shows right here. I'll show you guys in a minute in my spreadsheet where I keep track of it. But in the last month is on the downside, 4.7%. Last 6 months, 10.2% on the downside. And in the last year, 11.1%. So I think this is an opportunity for me, for my portfolio, right? To continue to build up my Visa position. I do not believe Visa will get disrupted by AI. It will be very difficult. I think it will just be very, very difficult to disrupt a company of this size that continues to purchase even other companies, of other processing companies, payment processing companies. And this one of the things that I like, which I mentioned in the previous video, it was how international it is, because Visa also owns certain companies that are international, and that is one of my that's one of the points that I really like about Visa. And they're just fundamental growth. You know, they continue to accelerate, which is good on Visa's as a Visa as a company. Their revenue, everything, transactions are accelerating. So I really like Visa long term. Uber Technologies, I've been keeping an eye on. It's on the downside, 11.1% in the last month. In the last 6 months, 23.5% on the downside. That's why I'm kind of like keeping an eye on it to see where Uber goes. And let me know there in the chat if any of you guys hold any Uber, and if it has been like a good performer for you. But it is one that I'm looking at. I'm keeping an eye on it. Let me see. VGT. I moved on from VGT, thinking about adding it into the Roth IRA, and that is a move that I want to make in the Roth IRA. But I'm building up my cash position, even though recently I added some more of my favorite, one of my favorite ETFs. But if you see, VGT is on the downside in the last month, 1.2%. In the last 5 days is on the upside, almost 3%. Last 6 months on the upside, 8.5%. And then in the last year on the upside, 24%. So VGT, this is one that I also want to give it to my kids to hopefully, as soon as they can open a Roth IRA, I'm able to get them into VGT. I think this one is going to be very important, especially if you're a young investor. Like that's really what I'm going to give my kids to invest in. It's going to be VGT. The future, I still believe that the future is just going to continue to be mostly tech. And VGT holds many of those cybersecurity companies, semiconductor, software, many of those tech companies. Let me know there in the chat who's there in the chat. I want to know who's there in the chat. Let me see. And then this one, this is SCHG, the large US large cap growth ETF. This is the one I've been adding, and I added a couple shares earlier this week. Let me see. It's not opening up for the past couple of days. Let me see. Yeah, so I added right here in the $30 price range. I added another couple shares in my Roth IRA because I'm trying to build up some cash in the Roth, but I did use some for SCHG. I saw an opportunity, and I just had to take it, you know, and add some more SCHG, honestly. I really like this ETF, especially for the long term and with my time horizon. I think this is going to be a good performer on my end. Then in the last 6 months, it's only up 2.5%. And in the year to date, you can see this is why I've been adding. I added some shares last month, and I added some shares now. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Oh, what's up, Anders? The future is plastic. The future is plastic. Tim, your chat isn't working. I've been here since the beginning. Oh, sorry about that, Tim. That's why I was like, man, nobody is commenting. I'm guessing, you know, none of the usual guys are. Let me see. I don't think I have anything visible. Why isn't chat working? Let me just go back into let me see the stream settings. Enable auto start, enable auto stop, live replay. I think everything is fine in here. Let me just see real quick. Why isn't chat working? Let me see. I have my session. Let me see. Anyone can do chat, live chat. Yep, selected. Everything is selected though. see. That's why I was like, wow, I'm seeing a lot of comments popping up now. I'm guessing now it's working. Let me see something real quick. Let me go into my, because I do have that in another one. Ah, okay. Ah, I see what you're saying. Also always make sure to select live chat, not top chat. Yeah, I had it on top chat. I don't know. But well, I honestly I didn't select it. It popped up automatically like that. I usually don't hit anything on my Google chat that actually helps me pop up the messages into the software pretty much. I'm able to pop them up. Wow, there's 21 of you guys there. And here I thought there was only a few. So thank you guys. What's up, Isra? Chat isn't working, Alex. Welcome back. Thank you, Isra. Had a great time. I'm gonna show you guys later. I didn't know all of you guys were here, man. See, it took me entering chat and boom. The chat just started displaying on my screen TV. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. It did say top chat. So KC was right. But I honestly I didn't hit anything. I just opened it up like I usually do. So now I gotta keep an eye on that. Yep, I gotta keep an eye on that. So thank you, Casey. That's why I was like, man, there's only 3 comments. I'm guessing everybody, I had, I started early today, just because the plane landed this morning and I was able to get ready, take a nap. Yeah, I took a nap this morning. Came here, ate, took a shower, took a nap, and then I started doing a few things and I got together. I started updating my spreadsheet and everything. But yeah, I already put it in live chat. So thank you guys. And I'm sorry about that for the technical difficulties. Testing from David. Thank you, David, for being there. Yeah. No, yeah, I selected the wrong thing. Yeah, chat isn't working right. I've been here for like 20 minutes. Seems to be working now. See many of you. Yep. Hit the like button. Yeah, KC, let's go. Hit the like button. I'm going to show you guys a couple pictures of a few things from the trip. It's mostly going to be food, so I'm sorry, Anders. But I didn't take many pictures, which is such a bummer. I need to be a little bit better at taking pictures. I see everything fine now. Thank you. I banned everyone that didn't show up on Sunday. Did you have a live stream on Sunday, Anders? Oh man. Correct. You have to manually select live chat. I think I come into the chat and it defaults to top chat. Okay, got it. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on that moving forward, KC. Thank you for bringing it up. Actually, to be honest with you. That's why I was like, man, nobody's here in the chat. I'm guessing I started too early. I should have started at 8 o'clock. Let me see. He goes away for 3 days. How much you drink? No, I didn't drink anything. I mostly did drink like there's a pineapple drink that they have down there that I really like a lot. I drank that a lot. Mostly drank that, and then I had like some fruit juices from down there. So yeah. Anders messed the chat up when he live streamed on Sunday. What a show that was. Oh man, I missed it, Anders. I'm gonna have to take a look at your page. Yeah, I'll blame my AI bot. Hope your trip went well. Yes, Alex. Yeah, it went well. It went too fast though. It went too fast. Too fast. I didn't even do many things that I wanted to do. You doing live live now? To Anders. I do very, very rarely gaming. Gotta take a look at Anders. Let me see if I can see go to channel. Let me go to Anders channel. Ender has 1 video. So Ender does have hold on, Anders. You got 11,000 views. Look at this. How to install this? Pretty cool. 11,000 views. Crazy. All right. But yeah, let me see. What else was I talking about? In SCHG. I'm sorry, guys. Did you see what I bought? Mentioned it earlier. No, I didn't see it. It didn't pop up, Casey. Let me know. Yeah, no, because I had it. I had it over here. Yeah. If you guys can put in there in the chat, which stocks did you guys buy this week? Okay. All right. Yeah. I think that's good. But yeah, if you could let me know, what did you guys buy this week? I was kidding since I was pressuring him to do it before your holiday. I have a video. Yeah, that's what it was showing in your channel for some reason. Let me see, David. Up 10% last 2 days. Software rebounding. Yeah. Software has been rebounding. Some of those popular stocks. Yeah, because SCHG has been recovering. It's up 2.19%. This is one that has a nice amount of tech. And I bought, like I mentioned before, I bought a couple more shares right here in the $30 range and in my Roth, but I'm also trying to build up a cash position in the Roth IRA because I want to add one of the stocks, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But it's one that I've been following in here. What did you guys buy this week? Yes, KC. What did you guys buy this week? What else was attractive out there? Other than the Microsoft looked attractive, especially in the 380s. Meta was looking attractive. It went down to 630 something, which I'm gonna show you guys. Now that I see a lot of you guys, I'm gonna show you guys the purchases that I made this week, so you guys can tell me there. Let's go, James. Yeah, let's go. PRU. That's one stock that you were buying. PRU. Prudential Finances. This is one that you were buying. Prudential Financial. It was on the downside, 1.3% in the last couple of days, 7.45% in the last month, and then 7.5% in the last 6 months. In the year to date, it's on the downside, 10.6%. Wow. So yeah. Wow, nice dividend, 5.5%. We'll need to take a look at this one. See the price to book ratio. Where is that? Thomson Reuters. What's the David, what's the ticker symbol for that? I bought 44 shares of QQQI last night with salary and job renewal signing bonus. Awesome, Casey. Wow. Wow, nice purchase there. Nice purchase. That's pretty nice purchase. I think this one, QQQI, does have a nice high yield, right? So the past couple of days is up 2.5%. So yeah. Wow, nice. Let me see what the dividend is. This high income ETF. This is a very popular one too on X. I see it a lot on X. And this one has a 14.04% dividend yield. Wow. So you added some very, very nice income to your portfolio. Since inception, average annual returns have been 18.8%. That's including the dividend. So this is a call option ETF right here. Cover call ETF. Wow, you must have added like some very nice income. Nice. James, IBM. That's what you bought. You bought some more IBM too. I think this one is trending, no? Yeah, IBM in the past couple of days. Yeah. Also, you picked up right here on the downside the other day. It's down 8.9% in the last 5 days. So, and it's on the downside 18.7% in the last month. So, might be a good opportunity right now. I bought SPMO fractional shares of VGT and a couple SCHD. I'm at 33 shares of SCHD. Nice, Alex. You've been pretty you know, you've been pretty aggressive with your investments, which is good, or very focused. Let's just say very focused with your let me move you up right here. Move you up to the top because you've been putting, been adding a lot of shares of SCHD. Let me move you up right here to the top, especially as of lately. 33 shares. You started with 9 shares in January. You're up to 33 shares, and we are almost done with February. We're not even done yet, and you're already 33% of the way there to your goal of this year, which is 100 shares. So you've been adding quite a few shares, Alex. You've been very focused, which I really like that. Really like that. Nothing showing on my dashboard. Oh, of the video? You don't, but it was showing a video and you had like 11K views. KC, hey all. I think some of the messages are popping up now. Wow, that was really, really my bad. I didn't even notice, to be honest. Mondelez up. Yeah, this is Mondelez, right? 25 shares now. Nice bringer of dividends. Yeah. Ideal. I think where I work at deals with that company too. Purchase from there. Nice purchase, Casey. Yeah, I agree. Thanks. Adds $27 a month you added in income. Nice, Casey. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I agree with Alex too. Casey, that was pretty good buy, man. I got a bonus at work, and the way things are set up, the entire thing went into my 401k. Oops. Oh. All right, let me just see. I feel robbed. Wow. I will feel the same, Anders, to be honest with you. I will feel the same. Because, I would rather like have it in a taxable right now. If we get like a nice bonus or something like that. Let me see, Alex. Yes, plan to get both SPY and QQQI to $100 a month each, then concentrate on other stocks. Nice plan, KC. Wow, but you added $27 a month. That's good, man. That's good. How is that? What does that translate to in Korea? Does that pay like significantly? Like does it pay the bills like significantly? Like if it's a very good amount? Like I know that usually when you convert money from dollar to the money currency from that country, usually translate to more, in certain countries. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Links? Man, I feel so bad. I had so many messages, man. I didn't know all you guys were there. I honestly thought I had like 3 or 4 people in the watching the video. That's why I was just talking. It will go back to 125. Okay, from IBM. David TRI. TRI. Thomson Reuters Corporation. This was your purchase at a 4 PE of 22.5. What company is this? Let me see. It's a technology company. It's an international technology company. Legal professionals, corporate tax and accounting professionals. So this is like a software company, right? Probably one of those that has been Reuters News and Global Print. No, but it was founded in 1851. So it's a set company. Let me see. In the year to date, it's on the downside 24.6%. So nice time to buy, looks like. In the last 6 months, it's on the downside 44.3%. Let me take a quick look at the financials. The revenue is slightly growing, 5%. Nice steady a single-digit percentage growth in revenue. No downside on there, so that's good. Operating income also looking good, so nice. Nice buy, David. Let me see, Boogie. Thought about selling PEP, but didn't. Just stuck to my usual buys of KO, Main Street, Procter & Gamble, and SCHD. Nice list of buys, man. Right now, I haven't been buying KO, and I want to buy KO. I want to buy Coca-Cola, but it has run up in share price a lot, so I don't know. Even though I do like it long term, I like the Coca-Cola company. Let me see, James, 25% return with a 5% dividend. Yeah, I noticed that. Pretty good pick. Brian the man. Have this stock, COSQ Corp, LAES. What do you want to do with that stock, Brian? Let me see. It's one of these newer companies, I'm guessing. Under $5, so it's considered a penny stock if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. What else? In the last month is down 17.8%. Yeah, in the year to date is slightly up. So this is a semi-market semiconductor. This is international. It offers semiconductors such as Vault, secure elements, post-quantum, okay? RISC-V chips, secure ARM platform, and smart card reader chips, public key infrastructure. A semiconductor company right here. Pretty interesting. Founded in 2022. It will be pretty interesting to take a look at it. It's $4 right now. Let me see. In the last year, it's up 32.4%. The revenue is down a lot. Oh, wow. It went down a lot. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Don't go. Sorry, guys. My son calling me. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to take a look at this one. I'm sure it's a competition to Nvidia and all those companies, so I don't know. All right, let me see what else. PayPal and ZETA. You know what, Em? I've been looking at that company a lot. Very, very popular on X right now. ZETA Global Holdings. Let me see what is this about. It's a data-driven cloud platform that provides enterprises with consumer. Okay, so it's a cloud company, software company right here. I don't know much about this one, but I do see it a lot on X. Honestly, in the last month has been on the downside, 17.9%. I'm guessing this one has been hit a lot with the software scare right now with AI. But it was at $14 as of recently. Let me see. In the last 6 months, it's on the downside, 8.7%. So, but it looks like there was a good opportunity recently. I did notice a lot of people mentioning this one on X. But it's a company that is just growing now, right? Let me see the statements right here. Oh, but yeah, look at the revenue growth. It's looking good. 25% revenue growth quarter over quarter or year over year. Look at this in each quarter. That looks good. See the operating income. Oh, the operating income is now on the positive. I'm guessing that's why it's becoming very popular right now. It's a company that is growing. They're diluting the shareholder, but it's still growing as a company. Their earnings per share also in the positive right now. Guessing that's why a lot of people, it's just very, very popular on X. Operating margin just became in the positive, and profit margin too. Free cash flow margin is at 15%. So, I gotta look into that one a little bit more. It was done a little in near 14%. Wow, down 14%. James, $222. Not worries, going back to 325. Nice. I like that. IBM was 320 plus 2.5 weeks ago. Wow. Isra, have 141 shares of SCHD. Oh, I gotta catch up on the comments. I'm like, really, really behind. And it's my fault pretty much because, should I have clicked on the all messages. But thank you for all the support though. I really appreciate it. Evening, SMPR. Nice. Let me see. Anders, do you contribute to max out quickly versus throughout the year? This means my 401k will fill up a bit earlier than intended. Okay. I plan on being 10 short on the final paycheck. Okay. Look at COSQLAES. It's a good stock. I have a lot of this stock. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look another day to see what is it about. What is that company about, Brian? Thank you for mentioning it there in the chat. Due to the way my company matches, it's per paycheck. Okay, gotcha. It takes some math, but last year was $4 over on the last paycheck. I don't understand why it is in percentage only while my catch up is in paycheck. I bought SCHY, nice, international, yesterday to complement SCHD. Doing well with it. Doing well on it. Nice. And SCHG. So you have all three? Nice. I don't pay rent with my teaching contract. I can invest $1,100 a month. Daughter, I lose about $100 with rate exchange. I make equivalent of $24K a year in US, but cost of living is lower here. I make average salary here. Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's actually, good. That's good, I guess, right? If you make average salary, at least, yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. I see so many people. I've seen videos of people that they build portfolios and they go live to other countries, and they can live with like a certain amount of money from dividends in those countries because they pay like very little rent, a couple $100 of rent, and then their food and all that. Even when they eat out, it just comes up to like a couple $100 too. ESL teacher, probably slightly below average actually. EFL, yes. Okay. Depends where it is though. I think you're right. I've been considering doing that in retirement in Cambodia just to pick up some spending money. Oh, that's a nice, to teach some stuff. That's pretty cool. Haven't been there yet. I think ZETA will be what people thought TTD will be. They don't miss on earnings. Yeah, no, it looks like it. It looks like, their growth or their fundamentals have been accelerating. So that's good, or operating income and and what is it? Revenue. Can't wait to see people's SCHD dividends in 20 years. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome to see that in 20 years of growth. Oof. My lowly goal of $1,500 to $2,000 a month can get me further in Southeast Asia. Can't do it in US. No, yeah, for sure not. Here in New Jersey, man, this a month, like $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Yeah, it's not much, to be honest, But yeah, here, that's the one thing, And you know what? I was talking about it with my mom actually on while I was on vacation. I was actually talking to her, and I'm like, something that I regret, and I told my mom, not buying a property there many years ago. And I know I didn't have that mentality, And now I'm thinking more and more about investments and properties and all that. And now I'm like, wow, I wish I would have learned all this investing, um, all these things about investing, that I would have invested in a property there many years ago, when there used to be like, 30, $40,000, one property, or a house. Probably like 50. Probably like 50K. I would have had a pretty nice house, not huge, but something nice. And I wish I would have done that. And I never really thought about it. And right now I would have been good. I would have had that property, um, no taxes and stuff, and just paying the bills, and it will be good right now. My SS at 67 will be higher than the chief pilot at Philippines Airlines. Oh, nice, Anders. Nice. I'm up to 3 shares now. Killing the goal. Nice. Tim, hold on. Where are you? Where are you, Tim? Nice, Tim. You're building it up though. You're 30% of the way there though, Tim. 30% of the way. I'm gonna talk about one stock that I do wanna add to the Roth IRA. South Star, Duro. Duro. Is that a company or something? I don't know. If you could tell me that in the chat. Michael, PD, the pinch play working perfect, that has upside of $8.15 with low PE of 4, keeps climbing all day at the highs. That is smart not to sell, to hold and enjoy the ride up, making money. Nice. What is that real quick? PD. PagerDuty. Let me see. Oh yeah, it is at a 4 PE ratio and 5.9 forward PE. Let me see. In the year to date is on the downside 49%. In the last 6 months, on the downside 59.6%. Let me see. In the last 5 years, he has been on the downside since. What's going on with the company though? Let me see the revenue. Why is it on the downside? Revenue has been growing. Single digit percent though, but it has been growing. Was there a lot of future already priced in before? Is that what it is? Let me see the operating income real quick. I don't know what this company is about actually. I should have checked that. But operating income is in the positive now. It's 9.5. Yeah. $9.58 million. Okay. They're actually, they're buying back shares. They're buying back shares. And they have their earnings per share in the positive now. That looks good. Let me see. Free cash flow 24.0 million. Gross margin 85%. Nice. Operating margin is now in the positive 7%. Profit margin 128%. Wow. Free cash flow margin 19%. Good. I wonder why this company is on the downside. And it looks like it's going to continue to be on the downside. It's a software company. Okay. Makes sense. I will need to see which kind of company this is. But is it a company that is going to be going to benefit from AI? Yeah, I don't know much about it, Michael, but it looks like revenue wise is growing, which is a good sign right there. Let me see. I don't think I'll get much from U.S. Social Security, 16, 20 years working in U.S. And I won't get much from my Korean pension either. But if the cost of living there is much smaller than, and you're growing your investments. So something like QQQI is definitely going to, it's going to help. And SPY, which are the two cover call ETFs that you have on your site or on your portfolio. I mean, hitting that SHD, I see. I have 31 years after this, 23 of which are maxed out. Ooh, nice. Dímelo, Danny. What a last couple of days. Yeah, let me know, Danny. What did you buy this week, especially on Monday and Tuesday? Well, I gotta show you guys my purchases, actually. Let me show you right now. KC and about $3 a month from my Disney pension. I didn't know you worked at Disney, Anders. Casey, I sold my 209 shares of WPAY this week and bought Noogie from Granite Shares. Increased my weekly income by $40 or so. Nice. Wow, PD is still around. That takes me back like 10 years, LOL. We just decommented PD a few years ago. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, so it's not looking good. Michael, just look at those things, you know. 2 of my cards I sent to the US to sell on eBay sold. Think I'll be getting $646. Nice, KC. Nice. I see that on X. You know, you've been selling your cards. That's pretty cool. Nice from Anders. All right, let me show you guys real quick before we get any more comments. The moves that I made earlier this week, I wanted to talk about that. And then I also wanted to talk about the one position. So let me just tell you right now real quick the moves that I made earlier this week. But first, guys, please hit the like button. Very, very important. Only 13 likes and there's 20 of you guys there. So please don't forget to hit the like button. Very, very important. And man, I feel bad. Wow, there was yeah, at the beginning we had like 17 people and I messed up with the chat. But yeah, but now I have it. Now I have it right. Let me see. Tim, a weekly payer, huh? $120 a month. Nice. Yeah, that sounds really good. You know, $120 a month. Sounds really good. At least gas money right there just from one of the holdings. All right, let me just show you guys real quick because, but I kind of, you know, yeah. Well, let me explain it to you. All right, so of course I started by adding one more share of SCHD, which is at a share price of $31.46. So that was on Monday. There, so I added that because just needed to add it for the weekly challenge. Then I saw that some of the other stocks were taking a dip, so I went ahead and hold on, and I had $13 on extra in cash. So I bought some Visa. I was like, you know, well, let me put this $13 into Visa at a share price of $306.16. This purchase I really liked a lot. Then I went ahead and I was like, you know what? Let me just sell my Bank of America, which I sold my last 13 shares at a share price of $51.30. So I got $667 back pretty much. Then my fractional share, I sold it at which was half a share at a share price of $51.31. So I got $27.65 back for that. So what did I do? I bought another share of Meta at $639.60. So most of the money from my Bank of America, or I think it was all of it pretty much, I put it into Meta, you know, Meta platforms. So Meta platforms right now, which I'm going to show you in the portfolio, is my second largest position in my full portfolio. Just behind SCHD, which I'm going to show you. And then I had $25. So I went ahead and I quickly put them into Visa at a share price of $306.23. So that is the move that I made. And I still have some more cash in the dividend portfolio, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But that cash is going to continue going into Visa. I think this one is going to be one of my strongest convictions right now, especially in the dividend portfolio, to add even more. One of the reasons why I'm adding more is that forward PE, which is usually not at these levels right here, which is under 24 right now. It's under 24 forward PE right now on Visa. So that's why I'm buying more and more Visa. And I have some more money there, so I think I'm going to throw it into Visa tomorrow. when I get back into my routine to check in the stock market and stuff. But I just couldn't hold myself on Meta, at a 21, under 21 forward PE. I just had to buy that one full share once again. So I pretty much made it my second largest position, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Amazon, I need more cash in my growth portfolio. It's at a 25 forward PE, 28 PE right now. I really like Amazon. Visa, what I wanted to say was like, is usually not at a under 24 forward PE in Visa. So that's why I've been adding that one. Netflix, I liked it a lot in the 70s, but I did not have any more cash. That's the bummer about not having cash, honestly. Google, I'm keeping an eye on it. Right now it's at a 28 PE ratio. Microsoft, this one looking very attractive, especially earlier this week in the 380s. It was under a 23 forward PE. So that one was looking very, very attractive. Microsoft. Let me see. Bringer of dividends. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao are going to fight again, and it will be on Netflix. Oh, I didn't know that. I got to buy more Netflix. I got to buy more Netflix, honestly. I think Netflix is, yeah. I got to buy more Netflix, honestly. I do. Tim, KC, I now own 341 shares of Noogie. I'm pumped. I want to get to 500 shares in 2 months. Nice. A lot of shares, Tim. Visa and MasterCard, solid buys from David. Yes, I agree. I agree, David. I agree. I like both. I don't think payment processing companies such as Visa and MasterCard are going to get disrupted by AI. Even with that Citrini post, the hypothetical scenario that they made or that they created with AI in the next couple of years. I honestly do not believe that, There are some very good points on that. And one of the things that I was talking about earlier was like that Joseph Carlson video where he explains a few of those points. And I really agree with pretty much all the points that he made, especially with the credit card companies. What is the difference between gambling and investing? So, it all depends, right, Michael? There is some gambling in investing, right? Whenever you do, I think mostly like day traders, I think, they do mostly gambling, but investing pretty much like if you follow a company, you do your due diligence, research, check their fundamentals and their financials, see if they're accelerating, if they're growing healthy, if it's a company like that and you invest into it, that's more of an investing strategy. Gambling is more of a probably like a day trading, I think. Like you want to pay $22 a share right now and hopefully it goes up to $22.30 and then you sell it right away, later in the day or something like that. So yeah. Or maybe companies that are not growing their fundamentals, well, that also falls into the day trading pretty much. So yeah. Tim, I'm looking at $130 per week right now. I'm aiming higher. Nice. Oh, what's up, Jeremy? How was the trip? It was great, man, but too short though. Too short, Jeremy. Too short. I'm gonna show a couple pictures. I didn't take many pictures. I'm pretty bad at that, I'm pretty bad at that. I also wanted to make a video and I did not do it. But it was just too fast. Only 3 days, and my flight got delayed too. I'll tell you guys later. Buy the whole market and own it forever. Jack Bogle. Nice, Michael. Yeah, just buy, the total stock market. What is it? VTI? That's the total US stock market, or you could do VT, the total world. Danny, this week I bought 25 shares of Microsoft. Wow, great buy. 16 shares of Meta, 8 of Adobe, 10 of Now, and 45 of Nvidia. Danny, you went on a shopping spree, man. You really went on a shopping spree right there. That's a whole lot. Michael, there are fewer charts in gambling. LOL. Oh, yeah, that too. Buy more Melly on sale. Oh, David, I'm hoping you're still there in the chat because that's actually one of my topics today. Melly is the one stock that I actually would love to add in the rough portfolio. And they recently announced earnings, which I have it right here. And they had a significant revenue beat, but a notable miss on the bottom line. Okay. So shares fell approximately 8 to 9% on February 25th, hitting a new 52-week low. So, I don't know, it's looking pretty attractive right now. Revenue in Q4 had a 44.6% year-over-year growth, which is great, surpassing the analyst consensus of roughly 8.49%. So that was great. Great growth right there. But on the earnings per share, they had a miss. They had an $11.03, missing the $11.44 estimated, declining 12.5% year over year. But they did have in the operating margin, they had a one-off tax credit in Brazil. But this right here in operating margin contracted to 10.1% from 13.5% a year ago. The underlying operating margin was approximately 9%. Net income, $559 million, lower than the expected $587 million. But if you guys see the segment performance, FinTech monthly active users reach 78 million active users, 28% year-over-year growth. So that's that. The credit portfolio nearly doubled to 12.5 billion. So that's good right there. Commerce gross merchandise volume grew 36.8% year over year to 19.9 billion, driven by 34% growth in both Brazil and Mexico. And advertising revenue surged 67% year over year, boosted by AI enhanced tools. So that is something I really, really like this company. I've been following it for a little bit now. And they only have two segments or two sectors. Let me just put it right here because I was looking at it earlier again, and I'll show you a few of the metrics. Let me show you real quick in their revenue by segment. And you can see that they have e-commerce and fintech. And you can see how both are accelerating. They're just not slowing down. Right now, commerce is at $16.2 billion, fintech at 12.6, and it's just growing and growing, which is a positive here. And if we take a quick look at the revenue, look at the acceleration right here in revenue. $8.7 billion from the revenue growth. And it has been slowing down, but it's still 44.5% revenue growth. You know, look at it right here, year over year. This company is it's just looking good. The operating income is also growing, as you can see right here in the chart. Let me see the shares outstanding. If it's showing right here, they're not diluting the shareholder. They have stayed in 50.6 million shares as of right now. But look at the earnings per share also. It's at $11.03. So that's another one that is looking good. Let me see the free cash flow. It's at $4.7 billion right now. Gross margin 43%, operating margin 10%, profit margin only 6%, and free cash flow margin 54.6%. I'm really liking this company a lot. Let me see the another thing that I did wanted to show you guys was their PE ratio right now is at 44. So it's the lowest in the past 5 years. And you can see that the forward PE is showing right here at 30. But when we go into my spreadsheet right here, you can see that Melly is at under 29 forward PE right now, based on forecast for this year in their earnings per share. So this one is looking cheaper than Costco and Walmart. As you can see right here, Costco is at a 47 forward PE and Walmart at a 41.9 forward PE. So Melly, MercadoLibre is a company that is still growing. It's still, their fundamentals are still accelerating, which is good. It's a positive there. And I think long term, this company is just gonna continue expanding, and it's gonna continue to grow and expand, especially in Latin America. So this is the Amazon, the Latino Amazon, pretty much, Mercado Libre. Um, so yeah, it looks really good. It's based in, it operates in Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, and other countries internationally. So I do like it, David. So that was a very good stock that you just brought up there. And I'm trying to build up my cash position in my Roth IRA because I would love to add at least one share of Mercado Libre in my Roth IRA. But I've been spending in SCHG, which is, it's not a move I should be. Well, I like SCHG a lot. So, and I've been building it up. It's over 50% of my Roth IRA right now. SCHG. LOL, yes. The odds are exponentially better in investing against you in gambling. Yep. Buying on SGov and my 401k until I can do my taxes next weekend. I ain't gonna be pretty. Oh, I gotta do my taxes too. I gotta do my taxes this weekend coming up. I'm gonna be working on that because I got emails already that my forms are ready. David Wilson Melly is a buy. Nice, Danny. Yeah, I like it a lot. Honestly. I like Melly a lot. And since it's an international stock and I don't want to pay, like if I do have some nice gains later in the future, I kind of don't want to pay like that international tax. So I think in my Roth it will be better. I just got to learn a little bit more about it. Michael, so do you only own like VT? Good question, M. Tim, QQQISPY, make up 21.9% of my portfolio now. Do you look at the weight of your covered call in your portfolio? Let me see. Michael, no. Michael does not only own VT. KC, how long did you work at Disney, Anders? Good question. KC, I buy my safer place every week with my cover call funds, slowly but surely. Nice. About 4 years. Oh, nice, Anders. Worked 4 years at Disney. I work for one of their subsidiaries. You have 50 chance making a profit in day trading minus your trading fees, which is similar to blackjack. Okay. Very good. Very good details right there. I worry about the fintech side of Melly, but I have not given them due diligence. Well, I just showed you that, which is good point, but to me it still looks good from what I see right here, and I think this company is just starting to grow now. I think in my opinion, because it's just their business model is what I like. It's very similar to Amazon. I'm very bullish on Amazon. So I really like that business model right now. It's just so convenient. And I know this is going to benefit in Latin America in the future. Like long term, I think Melly, if he continues to expand, if he continues to grow their business model, he will, in years, in like 7-10 years from now, it's going to be much larger in Latin America. And people are going to continue to get more and more used to ordering things online in Latin America. I just see it as an Amazon, in the future. Like, I don't see it. Let me see. I'm trying to look for the words, right? I think it will eventually be as big as Amazon, down there in Latin America, in the future. And you never know, maybe Amazon will buy it later on, but I think Melly, I'm trying to look for the words. I'm thinking about it because I'm on the spot right now. But I really like Melly long term, to be honest with you. I like that business model. I like the deliveries and all that, all packages and everything. I think that's where the world is going in the future, in my opinion. Everything's just gonna be, everything is just becoming more and more convenient. You know, with deliveries, you go ahead. I needed like some deodorant the other day, I think it was, and some soap. I didn't want to stop up at the store because I didn't have much time. Because I still need to do like my things in my computer and things around the house that and take care of the kids, pretty much. So it was very convenient for me to just order online and get it delivered later in the afternoon. Also with medicine, the other day needed some medicine for my kids, and I just ordered it, got here the next morning, early in the morning, so right on time when the other medicine, when the other bottle of medicine ran out, and I didn't have to go anywhere. So the convenience, that's what I like about this business model, that I think this is just the future, and this company will grow, will continue growing. Let me see. I have MLPS, so my taxes won't get done until mid-April. Okay. Yeah, I think I could do them already. I'm gonna take a look at all my sheets, and I think I'm gonna do it this weekend. Do y'all submit the Schedule D form for gains losses? A good question. The future may be more DTC, factory to drone to door. Yeah. And already these companies are set. They got the warehouses, Melly, Amazon. They have those warehouses. I do believe that, especially with the new glasses that Amazon have for the drivers to take the pictures and all that. I don't know if that started already, but they were going to implement that. That's going to collect data for those drones to deliver there. So the margins are going to be even better in the company. I don't like that people will most likely lose their jobs, a lot of people. But as an investor, um, I will see the growth. I would like to see the growth in the company that I invest in. So yeah, I file whatever TurboTax tells me to file. Yeah, similar here, Anders. I'm similar. I do use TurboTax, and that's what I'm gonna be using. I had 26 wash sales buys last year. FID have an issue figuring out my gains losses. I don't sell much, so as you guys can see, I barely ever sell. I think this month is the most that I have sold by selling, or this year so far, by selling Bank of America and Starbucks, because I sold both of those. And then I also sold VGT in my taxable, which I want to add it into my Roth. So yeah, those are the 3 sales that I made this year. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more this year. I might do more, but yeah. So yeah, let me show you guys my portfolio real quick. Sounds like fun. I have a side business. I just use CPA. It's so worth it. I might need to do that in the near future. I might need to start looking for a CPA myself too. Or if my YouTube continues to expand, plus I have my taxable, plus my 2 jobs, like I have a couple things to claim. So I gotta find ways. So I think I'm gonna be using a CPA pretty soon. Well, they are all in the same share. Company stock out of my paycheck. I turn around and sell as soon as I can. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So don't forget to hit the like button. Now let me show you guys my portfolio real quick. Let me show you my spreadsheet real quick. I changed the colors on it, so let me know if it looks a little bit more if it looks a little bit more clean. I think it does. I know that this right here, but I just have to have it like this in green or red, because that shows the gains and the losses. So whenever, I have like a rule here. So whenever I'm in the negative, it turns red. Whenever I'm in the green, it turns or whenever I'm in the positive, it turns green. So this is just a rule, but I try to make it let me just color real quick so it can match the other one. But yeah, so it can look a little bit more clean. So anything that is open like this is stuff that I gotta fill up myself. Anything that is highlighted is an actual formula. So yeah, let me see. Tim, Jay's a hustler. Yeah, Tim. I do work a lot. I do work a lot So maybe in the future, Tim, I might need a CPA, to be honest with you, to see how I can be better in my taxes, you know. Well, let's see. Or maybe this year I'll try one of those agents in TurboTax. I've been thinking about it. I might do that to see if they can help me more. But yeah, but you know, I do work a lot. Yeah, my 2 jobs, this plus, you know, this is kind of like a little bit of a job, you know, because I do now that I'm editing a little bit more. Whenever I make a video, it takes me a little bit more time, and I've been making my videos longer and then editing them. So I go from like 20 something minutes that I talk on a video, and I cut it down to like 14, 13 minutes. So yeah. I don't have any W2 income working here, but I still have to report what I make because I have stocks. It takes a little more work. Okay. Pretty soon your money will be working harder than you. Yeah, David, I hope so, man. You know, I'm really hoping it does. And that's why I'm building my portfolio. This is my full portfolio right here, which I'm going to talk about. But yeah, let me see. My taxes are a mess that H&R can't process if their life depended on it. I would choose a lighter shade of, you know, okay. Like maybe this one. And honestly, I was going to like something like this. Does it look better in the screen? This is probably better. Yeah, this is probably because it's a little bit brighter. It will probably show up a little bit better in the screen. Yeah, I was looking for something like this. I just wanted to see how this one was. But yeah. All right, let me know there, Casey, if it's, I think it's easier to see with the lighter shade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So right here, this is my, let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit more. 5%. Yeah. All right. So, all right, that's better. Okay, nice, cool. I'm gonna change my dividend one also to this color. I like this color for this year. I'm trying to do everything this color for this year. But as you can see, guys, my second largest position right now is Meta. 4 full shares I bought of Meta by transitioning from Starbucks and Bank of America. I moved all of that money, or most of it, into Meta platforms, you know, which I'm hoping it performs well in the future. I'm believing in it long term. I'm not just swing trading it right now, or shorten the B column, drag it over from C. Yeah. Okay. I think that's better, right? All right. So what I'm doing right now, let me see, David. They say that the 100K mark is when the compounding goes into second gear. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I'm trying to make it there. I'm trying to make it to 100K, David, in this portfolio, in the public portfolio. That's good. Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate it, man. You know, I really appreciate it, KC. So right now, as you guys can see, Meta platform, my second largest. I got $2,500 invested now in Meta platforms. So I'm pretty excited about that. You know, I made it my second largest pretty quickly. It's never going to be my largest, you know, over SCHD, because I have over $10,000 in SCHD. And this one is going to be, right now, it's 32.6% of my portfolio, of my full taxable portfolio, you know, public taxable portfolio. Now, hold on, yes. So I'm going to make it even larger. I want to make it to like 50% of this portfolio right here. Google is now in the third spot, but this is because of gains. I only have $1,300 invested in Google still, but I'm up 89.4% in my Google position. And maybe some of you guys will say, well, take some gains, but nah, I'm not done building my Google position. I want to hold a little bit longer, for a couple more years, and I want to build it up a little bit more. So I'm trying to see if the share price goes down some more to a lower PE and forward PE, where I can accumulate a few more shares of Google. I would love to add even more. I would like for it to be at least the Amazon size, which is $2,000 right now. I'm up only 5.3%. I got 10.1 shares. In this one, I would love to buy even more. This is gonna be my buy this Friday. I think so. I'm like, 90% sure that this is gonna be my purchase this week. Amazon on DCA Friday. It's at $210 right now. I still see it as an opportunity. Johnson & Johnson is my fourth, 10.4 shares. I got 57.9% in gains from this boring defensive company, in Johnson & Johnson. I'm loving the gains right now. Realty income is been on the upside as of lately. I'm up 19.1%. Yep, Tim, I'm going to show you guys. Actually, I'm not too happy about it because it went down even more. So, but I'll show you. Let me show you, Tim, in a minute. So realty income, I'm at 35.7 shares. I'm up 19% in my realty income positions. I'm gonna be just collecting the dividend with that one. Let me see. Procter & Gamble, I'm up 11% only in this one. I will be building it up even more again later in the future, though. I'm gonna wait. But right now, what I want to build is Visa. I got 5.6 shares. I would love to get to like 10 shares of Visa. I want to make it, I want to bring it up here, to the top 4 or 5 positions in Visa. And I'm up 7.5%. The share price at 312. I wish I had more money invested in Visa on Monday. I wish I did. Vici Properties, 63.4 shares. So this one, I'm pretty happy with it. I got almost $2,000 invested. S&P 500, one that I'm going to sell in the future, not now, not yet, for something higher yield. It's either I'm going to put that money into SCHT or something higher yield, a little bit higher yield. I'm up 30.7% in my S&P 500 index fund. Main Street Capital, another one. It got drawback. It's now in the 50s once again. I need to add more Main Street Capital. I really like it long term. 48.5% I'm up on this position, but I pretty much anchor to the share price where I have $39.69. I just need to add some more. I think most of my money is going to go into Visa, but if I have a few dollars, I'm probably going to put it into Main Street Capital. I bet I'm okay with 26 shares right now. Once I'm done building up my Amazon position, if I have some more cash and Bitcoin is still down, I might build it up a little bit more though. But 26 shares, I'm okay right now. It's only less than 3% of my portfolio. Netflix, I would have loved to buy in the 70s, but I did not have any cash. And I got 12 shares right now, almost $1,000 invested. I need a little bit more. I would love to get to 15 shares of Netflix, honestly, on that position. Then Coca-Cola, I only got $500 invested in Coca-Cola. I'm up 36.3% in Coca-Cola. So 8.6 shares right now. I know some of you guys mentioned, maybe I should sell it and move that into like SHD or something like that. But I like Coca-Cola long term. I like Coca-Cola long term. Pfizer, I'm still undecided if I'm going to sell or not. I want to continue to collect the dividend as of right now. I got 23.5 shares. I'm down 12.5%. So as you can see, my total portfolio balance is $36,400. I got $5,400 in unrealized gains, 17.5% right now. So, so yeah, so I like that. I'm pretty happy about the performance. I think an interesting thing to think about long term is the dividend increase of Johnson & Johnson versus Procter & Gamble. Yeah, I can, but I like both companies though long term. Especially one thing that I like about Procter & Gamble, which is right here in the, let me just do that, is that, let me just change this real quick. So just so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. Because I did use the same color on both. But it makes sense, you know, to have it with the lighter color so you guys can see it better. And I'm going to show you right now because it's showing right here already the yearly income, which I need to boost it up even more. I need to boost it up even more, honestly. I really do. Let me just finish coloring this real quick. And I do appreciate the feedback. But as you guys can see right here, my dividend, my estimated yearly dividends went down from over $900 to now $895. So such a bummer. I lost like over $20 in yearly income from my move of Starbucks and Bank of America to now Meta Universe. I think I'm gonna get benefited long term, but which I'm hoping I do, honestly. But right now, I'm only going to get like $8 from Meta in estimated yearly dividends. So $2 a quarter from my 4 shares of Meta. But the upside that I could get from Meta, I think is going to be, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. I got to change the color in this one too. From this blue, I'm going to do it to this teal color also. But I'll change it later. I'll change that later. All right. So if you guys see my dividend portfolio though, alone, it's almost at $30,000 already. It's at $29,700 right now. I'm up 17.8% in gains from this one, $4,500. So I'm pretty happy about that. In the dividend portfolio alone, SHD is 40% and Meta is now 8.8%. So just under 10% in Meta platforms. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Let me see. Versus dollars invested. Okay. I can add that into one of the things there. I'm at 3.1K a year in dividends. Nice. Casey, that's a lot of dividends right there. A whole lot of dividends. If you did YouTube, subscribe. My basic goal, I will too. I will support Casey. My basic goal has been to try and increase my dividends by $1,200 a year. Nice. That's good. That's good. Wow, $3,100 a year in dividends. That's really good. Thanks, but I don't think I have the appropriate knowledge to have a channel about stocks. I do YouTube about baseball cards. LOL. Nice, nice. About what I did last year, going to be less this year as I am switching my 401k over to Roth. Less left over to invest. Good move there, Anders. Who cares? Just showing your week-to-week buys and card sales. I'll be there. That's nice. I like, Tim is always very supportive, man. Tim is always very supportive, which is, good. That shows the kind of person that Tim is. Good person. Where did you get your chart? I like this one. Which chart? You mean this one right here? This one right here? I think this is the one that you're talking about. So if it's this one, I made it myself. So all you do is like do an insert chart. And I pretty much did it with this column R and column P. That's all I did. So like I think let me do, if you do this, then you highlight, then you do insert, and you do insert chart. You can see it right here. And then once you do this, you do edit chart. So in this one right now, it has only the data range. It only has it of this one, the estimated yearly dividends. But what you could do is you can add another one, add another range, and you could do this. Boom. Hit OK. And then just play around with it, a little bit. Series. I gotta play around with it. You know, right now I'm on the spot, so you know, can't play around with it. But yeah. All right. Casey, I will subscribe. Yep. The whole sheet. Oh, the whole sheet. So I made it myself pretty much. I made it myself. I just went into YouTube. I did create a video a long time ago, but it was very bad in quality. Maybe I should create one. Maybe I should make one on how to make this quick spreadsheet. All I do is I add the ticker symbol. All of these that are highlighted, all of these are formulas. Some of them are formulas that I made real quick, and because they're based on the total cost basis and the total shares, and also the ticker symbol. That's very important. So anything that is highlighted is just get calculated. Also, this one right here, I did the rule. I added a rule in here. But whenever I'm in the positive, it's green. Whenever I'm in the negative, it's red. So I made all this. I'll see if I have some time to create a video on how to make this spreadsheet real quick. So you guys can just, you know, make it real quick. It's pretty easy. You know, I can explain all the formulas real quick. But yeah. Let me see. Jay, want to see my Google sheet I use? How can I see it? I don't know if I can, you know, how can you share it? Can you share it right here in the chat? How can you share that? Yeah, how would you be able to share that though? I'm not very familiar with that. Not yet. Another side hustle. Sell your sheet on Etsy. This one is pretty easy to do. I think I would just show you guys how to make it, you know. I could probably just show you guys how to, you know, in a quick video, how to make the spreadsheet, you know. Pretty easy, honestly. Yeah, even this one right here, you know, it was pretty easy. I also have the similar one uh, with my retirement portfolio. So that one is separate though. That one I don't show it here. My retirement portfolio, I don't show it here. But yeah. So yeah, so these are all of my positions, guys. Right there. Yeah. I think I will just, you know, let me see if I can make a video, but I need to do an SCHD video. And then this week, at the end of the week, I also need to do the dividend income for February, which is not much, not anymore. Especially I have sold some of the companies that used to pay me this month. So like I have sold Camview, I have sold Starbucks, I have sold Bank of America. So yeah. That's why I need to grow my monthly income earners, like Main Street Capital and Realty Income. But mostly Main Street Capital. Realty Income, I already almost make like $10 a month on it. So that's pretty good right there. I just need to grow my Main Street Capital even more. I only have $700 invested in it. So you are 2 shares of Vici away from $900 a year in dividends, or 4 shares of SCHD. Nice, nice, nice calculation right there, Tim. I like that. Yeah, Vici Properties right now, my 63.4 shares is right now over $30 a share, which I didn't want to buy over $30 anymore. I want to buy under $30 Vici Properties, but I do believe in it long term anyways. They have been growing their FFO, AFFO. So their metrics are looking good, but yeah, I need to grow this back to over $900. I need to get to $1,000 this year in estimated yearly dividends for sure. I think SCHD is going to make me there. It's going to get me there. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. This one I need to fix it. So I'm going to be working on this weekend. I'm going to fix these estimated yearly dividends by sector. So it can show from the highest to the lowest, pretty much. I have 3K each into Main Street Capital and oh, nice. That's a nice amount, man. I wish I had that much invested in them, you know. Those two companies, you know, look good, diversify. I like how internationally diversified Realty Income is, so I like that. My budget and investing are on the same Google sheet. Oh, nice. I don't have a budget sheet, you know. I think I do pretty good. I think I do okay. Sometimes I go over what I should spend in the week, some weeks, but then, you know, I catch up pretty quickly because of pretty much my two jobs. You know, I work a lot. So I work like almost 70 hours a week pretty much on those two jobs. That's not including the time that I spend here on YouTube, um, making the videos, editing, plus doing the live streams, you know. But on here, you know, this doesn't make me much, but it's still pretty cool. And I enjoy it, you know, I enjoy it, you know. I know, yeah. I know I don't make much out of it, but I still enjoy it though. I like talking with everyone right here in the chat. You know, I've been enjoying more and more the live streams, a little bit more than the videos, honestly, to be honest. So let's see. Your SCHD dividend is sitting at $400 a year. If they increase by 10%, you're looking at $440 without buying any more shares. Nice. Yeah. uh, so yeah, that's good. That's good. Wow. I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to grow my SCHD even more. I need to grow it even more. I wanted to get to 500 shares. And you know what I was going to do, Tim, to make it to 500 shares? I was actually going to sell Bank of America to move it into SCHD, which it was going to help me get to 500 shares even faster. Now I got to see what's going to be my strategy to get to 500 shares, because I think it's going to be very difficult for me just by buying one share every week to get to 500 shares, you know. And the only other company that I'm thinking and I'm considering selling is Pfizer. So if I could get the $637, that will help me with the SCHD to get to 500 shares. But yeah, I need to do something. I need to do something, you know, to be able to get to 500 shares of SCHD. So yeah, I saw your GMC gas guzzler you drive. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does uses a lot of gas, you know. It is one, I like it, you know, I like the truck. But my next one is gonna be a car. My next one is gonna be a Honda, a 4-cylinder Honda. Because even though I like it, it's comfortable. I use it for a few things, you know, the truck, and it helps me sometimes. Yeah, he does uses a lot of gas, you know. So, and I want to save some money, you know. I bought it originally, you know, because I was doing a few things in the house, in the outside also, in the outside of the house. So that helped me pick up some stuff, you know, from Home Depot and stuff. You know, I still have a lot of things to do, which is why I wanted the truck too. But I think I'm going to be good with like a Honda or something like that. So that's going to be my next one. That's going to be my next one. Bank of America up 20% this year. Yeah, that's why I sold it. I sold it with nice gains. Do you need a truck? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not anymore, you know. But it was also a pretty good deal. It was I think it cost me, how much was it? Like under $5,000, you know, and he had like 150,000 miles. It was a pretty good deal. Look, very nice too. Yeah. No, I think I paid 5,000, and then it had some stuff that I sold off of it. So it ended up costing me like less than $5,000 when I bought it. So it was a pretty good deal too. I couldn't pass on. Hey Lawrence, welcome back, Jay. Yeah, thank you, Lawrence. Yes, get a Honda or a Toyota. Yeah, I love Hondas. Hondas have been my cars forever. This is my first American car, pretty much. this GMC. So I'm gonna go back to Honda though. I'm gonna go back to Honda. You have 42 weeks left to buy 120 shares. That's 2.86 shares per week for the rest of the year. So right now I've been buying 2 shares every week because he has won the weekly challenge plus the 1 share. I just need to be a little bit more aggressive and buy a little bit more every week. Yeah, that makes sense. Almost if I buy 3 shares, I'll definitely make it. That's a good number right there. That's a good number. Thank you for that right there, Tim. But yeah, let me see. 8:51 still. Still early. All right, let me show you guys. Let me just show you. Your drip will help. Oh yes, I have the drip on, so that's gonna go in, and then also I have some YouTube money coming up from the past couple of months. Because it needs to accumulate to a certain amount. So I have a little bit more actually. Yeah, that is coming up. Plus the points from my credit card. So that should also help. Especially this month, I used my credit card a lot, which I got to pay it off. And, I know that I enjoyed it and I had a great time. And my mom was also, very happy. We spent some great time too together, which I'm going to show you a couple pictures. But at the end of the day, even though I have the money there, and I have it in my high yield savings account, which is what I counted for to spend there. I kind of like whenever I move some money from that high yield savings account to pay something off, I'm kind of like, oh man, I wish he'll stay there, but that was the plan originally, and I wanted to go over there. We had a great time, did a couple things. So I'm going to show you the pictures real quick. But I definitely had a great time. So hopefully, Tim, right there too, the YouTube money, and hopefully grows a little bit more. It can also help because I'm going to be putting the YouTube money to SCHD. Like I want it to make me more money. Not sure if that makes sense. KO up 10% the last month. Yeah, it's over $80 a share. 10.9%. Nice. KO was one of the first stocks I bought. Didn't hold it long. Yeah. All right. So yeah, let me just show you real quick, guys. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just refresh my mind real quick. You have it. This is this one. It's just a couple pictures, that I took. It's not much, but I want to show you the place that we went to though. That I do want to show you. Which is where we went to eat with my mom. So this one right here, this is the place we went to. It's called Don Maceta, something like that. It was called the restaurant. But this place has a few things inside. Like they have Don Frappes, so they make like frappes. It's like I don't know, it's like ice creams, it's like prepared with like fruits and all that. I didn't buy any of that. This one right here, Doña Paleta, they make like lollipops, but like of cakes and stuff. It looks like the ones that they sell in Starbucks and all that. And then they have like an adventure side right here for kids. So it was pretty cool. Hold on. And then this is some of the stuff that they had there too, which was pretty cool. They have like swings for the kids and all that, like a jungle theme. And then they had a zip line, which my niece really wanted to get on there, on the zip line. So it goes from this tower all the way to the other side, which there's another tower. It's like close to the street. And then there's another one going this way. So it was pretty cool. Then if you see right here, this is where we ate, which is a restaurant right in there. It's like a whole little, like a little world, right there. Pretty cool. So let me just show you the screen only. But this is the restaurant we went to. And it was pretty good. This is a little bit of their menu, and these are like their main platters. So you can see it's like ribs and There's this chicharrón. It's like no, this is pork chops. Also, let me see. Most of it is like mofongo, which is plantain. That's something that is pretty good. This is a pork chop right here too, which it has like man, what is that pork skin on it? I forgot. But they also had lobster. They had this with chicken and steak also, and fried plantains. Then, oh my gosh, I keep on. Why do I keep on clicking away? Then you can see that they had even more things like for the kids and stuff. So as you can see, which it was pretty cool actually. And then this is what I had. So this is churrasco, which is skirt steak in some barbecue sauce. I like the barbecue sauce, but I shouldn't have ordered it with this, with the mofongo, which is plantain pretty much. But it was good, but I would have had it maybe with rice better. I should have chosen a different sauce. But that was my that was my plate. My mom was here, so she ordered like some shrimp and stuff. And then my sister was here, and then my other siblings there. Let me see what else. Let me see. This is another place in Ponce. This is where I'm from. And in this little spot right here, they make these are like little sandwiches called dumpling, which is made out of like a fried dough, and they put pastrami, they put pork if you want, pork shoulder or chicken. So they have like many different ones, or egg and cheese, or pastrami, egg and cheese. I don't know if pastrami is the right way of saying it in English, but that's how they call it in English, in Spanish. So this is what I had from there. So I ordered me like a plain with chicken, and this is what it looks like. So it was good. And then I had one of these too, which is this dough fried with sugar and a Nutella. That was pretty good, actually. That was pretty good. And then this is one of my favorite drinks from over there, which is called Piña Buena. It's like a pineapple. I don't know if I could call it a soda or a juice, but yeah, I guess if we can call it a soda. Yeah, and then of course I went here, in my hometown, Parque de Bombas. The fountain was on, which was pretty cool. They usually don't have it on, but the new mayor from there, she's doing better for the town, which is good. He needed it. He needed it. Then right there was a store. So I think I've shown you guys this right here. This is our called Vejigantes, which is like a tradition there in Ponce, in my hometown. And these are the masks that these are different than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, they look like this, but now they're making like all these different masks. And there was a place here that they made a mask, which is these ones right here. It's pretty cool. And then of course I have my ice cream from here, which is right across from Parque de Bomba. I had like half coconut and half almond, which it was good. Let me just show you guys real quick. But this was my ice cream that I had there one day. I usually have this like a couple times in my trips, but I was only there for 3 days. The first day I got back tired, man, tired from that first place that I showed you guys. And then these are some more of what I had. I had like a burrito they made at this place. This one had like eggs and ham and stuff with some hash browns. This drink was good. It was acerola, but I don't know how to call that fruit in English. And then this one was another one. This one was pastrami with lettuce, tomato, potato sticks, and all that. And I think that's it. Let me see if there's any more. No, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Those are all of the pictures that I took. Well, I took some more pictures, but some of them have my family members and all that. So, and they don't know how to do this, they don't know how to do YouTube. So I don't want them to, but yeah. Yep. Let me see. Tim, I'll keep you up to date as far as the math goes. LOL. Okay, good. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Tim, you on Reddit or Discord? Good. I am not. However, I am on Insta under the same name. Showed my comic collection there for a few years. Oh, nice. I have a Discord account, but haven't looked at it over a year. Nutella makes everything better. Yeah, it tasted good. It tasted really good, Anders. I really liked it. I just wish I was able to go to the beach, but I didn't have any more days. Nutella is made in Brantford, Ontario plant. A Ferrero Rocher plant, not publicly traded. Yeah. Nutella is very, very popular, Tim, down there in Puerto Rico. Like very, very popular. Like the frappes, those, they make them of Nutella and they are pretty good and they sell a lot. They sell a whole lot. For sure. I followed you on IG. Oh, nice. Thank you. I don't post that much really, but my DMs are active. Oh, nice, nice. All right, cool. Let me see what else. We spoke about MercadoLibre. Let me see out a few of these stocks in the after hours. Let me refresh it just so we could go back into stocks. But yeah, but definitely had a great time over there in Puerto Rico. I just need to go back again. Amazon is down in the after hours, $209, so 0.75%. Let me see Bitcoin, where is that? It's at 68,000. It has been under 70,000. It has been under 70,000. I just wish I had more money. Look at this. In the past couple of weeks, it has been under 70,000. I wish I had more money so I can pretty much build up my position even more on iBit, to be honest. I have friends who have parents who farm hazelnuts for... Oh, nice. That's good. That's very, very popular, Tim. So they're going to continue to have a business, your friends' parents, for sure. Because, it's very, very popular down there in Puerto Rico. Very, very popular. But Bitcoin has been under $70,000 for like a month already, almost. Down 22.1%. And then in the last 6 months, it's still on the downside, 37.9%. So I would love to have a lot more money, man. I will build up my Netflix position a little bit more and my iBit in my growth portfolio. Let me see. Ethereum is now back over $2,000, but in the past couple of days, it was under $2,000. You can see right here. It's been on the downside in the last month, 26.9% in Ethereum. In the last 6 months, down 53%, pretty much. Crazy. But let's see where it goes, right? If I open up the max, you can see that there's always a downtrend, after it reaches all-time highs or it goes up a lot. Let me see. Costco right now is at $994. Let me see. In the last month, is still up. In the last 6 months, it's on the upside, 5.6%. Year to date, look at this, 15.3%. Wow. It was under $900 at the beginning of the year. Let me see. Google is at 312. So let's see. I'm waiting for it to go down some more. It's been on the downside in the last month for 6%, but I'm waiting for it to go down some more. Let me see. Johnson & Johnson, almost 19% upside in the year to date. That is great. Almost 48% upside in the last year from Johnson & Johnson. This has been one of my surprising stocks, to be honest with you, in Johnson & Johnson. I've been surprised by it. Look at Coca-Cola is up 10.9% in the last month, like Casey says before. Up 16.7% in the last 6 months. In the last year, upside of 12.5%. So Main Street Capital has been in the downside for the past month, 7.5%. So maybe an opportunity that I need to take to grow my Main Street Capital even more. let's see tomorrow. I'm gonna make my DCA Friday episode tomorrow. I'll talk about this. Let's see what I'm gonna be buying on Friday. If I buy some Main Street Capital. Melly, I've been following it. Like I mentioned before, Meta is back down 1% in the after hours. So nice opportunity right there. As of right now, I'm just gonna hold on Meta platforms. I think I'm gonna continue focusing on Visa, like I mentioned before, like I mentioned earlier. In the last 6 months, it's on the downside 13.2%. It was over $700. Yep. He almost reached $800 a share, Meta, in the last year. Let me see. Microsoft. Who here is adding Microsoft? Who here is adding Microsoft? When I was still working, I used to drive by the Ferrero factory 6 times a week. They make Kinder Eggs, Tic Tacs, Nutella. You could tell that they were making right away from the smell. Yeah. that looks pretty good. Timothy, what kind of trading are we talking about here? Just got here. So pretty much I don't day trade, you know. I like to invest in the long term, hold for a couple of years, you know, hold a stock for like at least a year or so, you know, but a couple of years even better. Most of my stocks I have held them for a couple of years. No day trading though. And dividends. Pretty much talk about dividends, Timothy. All right. Let me see. So Microsoft has been on the downside, especially in the last month, almost 15%. Last 6 months, 20.5%. You know, PE ratio right now is at 25. This one is looking very attractive right now. You know, if you're a Microsoft shareholder, this one is looking pretty attractive. Let me know there in the chat if you have been adding. It's in the last year is flat, you know, only up 0.69%. Netflix, I need to add even more. I'm just out of cash right now, so it was in the 70s. In the 70s, I liked it a lot. It was at a much lower PE ratio in the 70s. I think it was like right under 30. Right now, Netflix, it is at 32 at a forward PE of 25.8. So I think it was like around 23 forward PE, somewhere around there, when it was in the $70 price range. So that one looked very attractive for me for my position to grow it even more. But I'm out of cash right now. I don't have any cash. Nvidia has been on the upside lately. 4.8% on the upside. They announced earnings today. They had an earnings beat on their earnings per share and the revenue beat. Only 5% in earnings per share and 2.8% in revenue. But yeah, it's still Nvidia. So, and then they have some projected growth for the next year, which will look good too. I think I had that information there earlier, but I did mention it earlier in the video. Realty income definitely in the past month has been on the upside, 9.2%. I like it under $60. That's where I like realty income. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. Procter & Gamble, I'm not adding right now, over $160. In the last month, it's been on the upside, 9.3%. So not adding. Starbucks is back up in the upside in the past couple of days, you know, 2.5%. 1.6% in the last month, but I sold my position already. Not looking into adding Starbucks back anytime soon. SCHG under $31. I was adding in my rough. So a couple days ago, this is where I added some more on February 23rd, under $31. I added a couple more shares in my rough of SCHG. I'm not following silver like that. Let me see. Tesla. It's still over $400 a share. I think a couple of days ago it was under $400 right here. No, it was right here on February 23rd. It reached $399, but I'm not thinking about adding Tesla anytime soon either. But yeah, this is pretty much it for me. $312 in Visa. I gotta take advantage of Visa. Need some more cash to build up my Visa position. So Let's see. I'm gonna be making the video tomorrow, most likely tomorrow night, to post it on Friday. For the DCA Friday. So let's see how it goes. Let me see. There's 21 of you guys there. Wow, nice. Awesome. 19 likes. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Very important. I think I pretty much spoke about all the topics I needed to speak to today, or to speak about today. I show you guys the purchases, the moves that I made this week. I really like my Meta purchase this week. 600, what was it? $639. So I like my position in Meta right now. I'm pretty comfortable with the position right now in Meta. As you can see, I have 4 shares right now. 21 that is just joining also. I made it my largest position, my second largest position, sorry, right behind SCHD. So I'm up 1% right now in the before the market closed today, Wednesday. So let's see where it goes from here, but planning on holding at least 5 years Meta to see where it goes. Maybe even more, hopefully even more. 7-10 years I would love to hold Meta, but let's see where it goes. Hopefully nothing changes. Hopefully the fundamentals continue to accelerate. You know, I like their business model. People are pretty much always stuck with their apps, you know, with Facebook, Instagram, which Casey was mentioning Instagram there. WhatsApp also. That's also another thing. Another app that gets used a lot. I use WhatsApp a lot, especially for both of my jobs, you know, with communication. So, and I see more and more people posting on there. I don't think they have advertising yet, but once they add advertising to WhatsApp, probably going to grow their revenue even faster. I've got to ask, when will cross off catching a fish or adding catching a fish to your bucket list? I don't know. That would be, I never fished before, you know, so I will have to learn. Whenever I do, yeah, I will definitely let you guys know. But yeah, maybe this summer I should, you know, maybe this summer I should try to catch a fish or learn how to catch a fish. I just never been fishing. I really never been fishing, so I can't, you know. Yeah. And I don't have there are coworkers though that they like to go fishing though. But I don't usually hang out with coworkers like that, so I don't know. But that would be pretty cool to learn how to catch a fish. All right. So yeah, Meta, Google. I need to add even more. You know, let's see. FXAIX, S&P 500. Any of you guys have sold your S&P 500 as of recently? You know, and moved it to another stock? Let me know there in the chat. I'm considering it. I'm considering that at some time this year. And I know it sounds crazy because you're gonna be like, "Well, why are you selling the S&P 500?" You know, over time you could get like a 10% year over year growth in your position from the S&P. That's including with the dividends. But it's just my 401k is pretty much almost all of it S&P 500. So have a lot of exposure there. And yeah, and my 401k is a pretty nice amount. It's a pretty nice amount. I gotta put all my portfolios together once again in pretty much see how much my total value is. I did that about 2 months ago. I did it. So, and I was pretty surprised with the total amount that I have between this, the taxable that I show here, plus the Roth that I don't show, and my 401k that I don't show. All of them together, it added up to a pretty nice amount. Okay, kids, I need to go pack up my food. Actually cooked today and got a chili ready to go in the slow cooker all day tomorrow. Nice. That sounds good, Anders. Some chili? Sounds really good. I like chili. I like chili. All right, man. you know, take care. You know, and I'm sure it came out good. But yeah. All right, I think this is pretty much it for today. I've been here for like over 2 hours, so you know, usually that's what I do. That's how much I do, over 2 hours. And I spoke about all the topics that I wanted to talk about, which it was the Citrini post, Melly, MercadoLibre, which one of you guys actually brought it up there in the chat. So and that was gonna be one of my topics. So that was good that I spoke about. My portfolio also. My chili is deadly. I'll catch you all Sunday. All right, man. See you on Sunday, Anders. Um, Mercado Libre, then my portfolio. I wanted to show you guys my portfolio because I didn't give you guys an update on Sunday. I did not do that. So I needed to give you guys an update today so you guys could see where my portfolio is at. I like to be very transparent. As you guys know, these are not just made up numbers. I do show you guys actual purchases screenshots so you guys can see it. So you guys can see that I'm very transparent with my purchases and everything. All right. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it for me. There's 14 of you guys there. Nice. Thank you guys for all of your support. I really, really appreciate it, man. You know, and I'm sorry about earlier, like about the chat, how it did not, I was not catching all your comments. I think I would have had a lot of more comments. You know, so let's see. Is PFE going back up? It has been performing a little bit better, actually. Let me show you right here. I gotta look at their latest earnings. I haven't really looked at it. But their numbers are changing, you know, so I think they had good guidance in this last earnings. But I have to take a look at it. I can't, you know, can't just say for sure. But you can see in the last month is on the upside 5.6%. Year to date, 8.8% upside. So yeah, it's been performing pretty good as of lately. You know, I think they had good guidance though. I gotta take a look at their earnings call on Pfizer. One of the things that was getting me nervous was this payout ratio though of over 100% with that 6% dividend yield. My yield on cost is like over 5%. So yeah. Let's see. I gotta do my research on it before I sell it. Like the same way I did with Starbucks. I see competition. I know Starbucks is international still, is very, very large. So to be disrupted or for any other company to take some market share, you know, they need to expand a lot. But I do see Dutch Bros and Seven Brew, I think it is, taking some market share slowly. So I don't know if long term Starbucks is a good position to have in my portfolio. You know, you know, the overpriced, you know, coffee, even though people still pay it, you know, which is crazy. um, I think that eventually there's gonna be a lot more competition, and I don't know if Starbucks, you know, is gonna be continue to stay on top, if it makes sense. You know, there's only so much market share that you can, you know, take from coffee. You know, but let's see where it goes. You know, maybe they will get better. Maybe Brian Nickel will guide the business, you know, to grow and accelerate even more once again. But yeah, but I do need to do my due diligence with Pfizer, check out the last or the latest earnings call and see where they are going, especially with their guidance. All right, I think this is gonna be it for me, guys. I do appreciate everyone's support, everyone showing up. I'll definitely keep an eye on making sure that the live chat is full. You know, it's on live chat and not on top chat. Yeah, all messages are visible. Yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta do that next time. So, yep, it is on live chat right now, so it should be good. But yeah, but I really appreciate everyone's support. I definitely had a great time. Thank you guys for asking also. And now I gotta get back to the routine. Going to work tomorrow. Gotta make the DCA Friday episode, the portfolio update episode. I gotta do an SCHD video for the spreadsheet, and then I also need to make the video for the dividend income for the month of February, which is not much, but I still gotta make a video. I gotta do that every month, pretty much. So let's see. RAM, thank you, nice. So yeah, so that's gonna be the videos that I'm gonna be making. Keep DCAing. Thank you, David. I really appreciate it, man, that you were there, this whole time. Thank you. And then what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I gotta work a little bit more. I gotta make some new thumbnails too. I gotta work on my thumbnails to see how I can make them better. I gotta take some newer pictures. But that's that. And I'm practicing more and more editing. So hopefully I do get better and better in the near future, so I can continue to expand the channel. And I am becoming a little bit more. These past couple of days I wasn't as active on X, but I'm trying to grow my X page also. So I'm trying to work on that and be a little bit, more active. I would like to say thank you to everyone. Another great hangout. Chat. Yeah, Tim. You guys make it. You guys make it happen, which is awesome. That's why I like hanging out in here. Lawrence, thanks, Jay. Yep. You're welcome, Lawrence. But yeah, I really, really appreciate everyone's support. And let's see, let's see where it goes. But as I say always, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Please subscribe to the channel so we can continue growing the channel. And nothing. I hope you enjoy this one.